Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's early morning here as I do my voiceover for this video. It is a rather longish video because I am doing a little sort of booklet, and this is designed to be a guest book for a Halloween party since I'm doing Halloween in July for TaylorMadeCards4U, and these are all printables that I have purchased from TaylorMadeCards4U from the Poe kit. And I do use a couple of little Tim Holtz things here and there, but for the most part, this is all tailor-made cards for you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, hi everybody. So here's this the ephemera. This is the Poe kit from TaylorMadeCards4U. And I had already fussy cut a lot of this out ahead of time just to save time, and because I like to do this while I'm working. And I'm a person who actually enjoys fussy cutting, so please don't judge me, but there's lots of corners and lots of little ephemera pieces and multiple backgrounds. And as you can see, my printer is picky, but it's okay. I get what I want. I love that one right there. And there's just that little piece of word. We've got the moon. And then here are our pages. So these are designed for a journal. For this, I'll be kind of doing a junk journal style. And here's this guest book that Monica made specially for me because I requested it. I did make one of my own, but I really wanted to utilize the papers that Monica had in the Poe kit. Now, I did lose some of the footage for the front cover. Sorry about that. It happens. But here's this little raven picture, and I had painted that with some Tim Holtz crackle paint. And I love that stuff. So it just gives it a small crackly effect, kind of an aged look. And I had done that after I had edged it with some aged mahogany and vintage photo kind of combined. And then I'll go ahead and I'll kind of distress up the rest of my ephemera. And most of the time I'm using walnut stain because it gives it a nice dark, dirty feel to it. And this one I tore instead of cut. And it's just an excerpt from the poem. So I'm going to try and grab another couple of pieces here. And I like this one. I really like that one. I'm going to kind of dirty it up here a little bit with just a stamp. And then I'll go ahead and edge this one as well. Again with the aged mahogany and then followed by vintage photo. Or walnut stain. Sorry about that. It's the closest I can get to kind of a blood color. And that's what I'm kind of going for. And I had started out with this whole theme of the whole thing being a lot of blood color, but I do change my mind in the process. And that's the fun thing about this type of journaling. And this isn't necessarily a journal. Again, it's a guest book. And I like to just try different stuff on. And that's the fun part about having all this ephemera is you can try on a lot of different things. And I decided I'm not going to use that picture of him because meh. I'm not a huge people person. You wouldn't know, but I do end up using the paper dolls on here, so go figure. But they fit, so to me, that one-man paper doll sitting down there, and those are from Tim Holtz, by the way, looks to me like Edgar Allan Poe, so I chose that one and the bride, which would have been Lenore. And I want to find a word here, and I'm looking to add just a pop of color here, so poison's going to work. I love, love, love looking through ephemera, and that's why I love junk journals, because they're full of it, and I don't have to dig. I can just turn the page. Lazy bones, huh? So I'll go ahead and put the poison on there, and then I'll have that on there. Let me see if there's anything else I want from this kit on the front. And this is a Halloween kit I bought last year on clearance. after Halloween, because that's how I roll and because it was cheap. So I'm just thinking I want to put something else on here. I really like that Owl Cigars one, but it's too big. So I think I'll just get the rose on here and call it done. You just kind of have to audition stuff to gain balance. And I'm just going to throw a little piece of junk on here because that's the point. And this is the skin that I made in different colors. And I'll link to that video down below. So I've got Lenore and I've got Edgar and then I've got a moon. And I think I like that layout right there. So I'm going to grunge them up a bit. And I kind of want the blue tint out of there because some of these paper dolls have kind of a bluish tint to them. And then I'm going to distress the moon. And for this one, I'm using the vintage photo. So I interchange between. And there goes my camera changing colors on me again. I really do apologize for that. I think because I'm trying to find what triggers it. Because see, I don't do anything but put my hand there. And then I put my hand there and it doesn't change, but it seems to be going sepia on me, and I think it's because my memory's full on my iPhone. I don't know it at the time because, I don't know, I never bothered to check. What happens though, because I airdrop my videos over to my iPad, but what happens is that when I do my lives, YouTube stores the live footage somewhere on my phone, on my iPhone. And I'm not an iPhone user, by the way. I do use my iPhone for filming and stuff like that. But, you know, the one thing I don't like about them is you can't go in and find that data and delete it. You have to delete the whole YouTube app and start over again. So that's what fills up my memory on my camera or on my phone, and then, you know, I'm sitting here happily thinking I'm filming because, of course, my camera's above my head, and actually my camera's sitting there going, your memory's low, we can't do it. So I'm just picking it through some of this ephemera here, and from Monica, from the Poe kit, and just kind of, again, auditioning it on the page and, you know, stamping up the page, getting it grungy. So this is going to have multiple pages, so I'll go ahead and stamp that down. And see, here I am with this front cover here, and I had already finished the front cover, the inside cover, and the back cover. And all that footage I lost. So sorry. But we'll go ahead and do the pages. All right, so just kind of looking through the pages because I want to do multiple pages on this thing. And here's my little guest book that Monica made, but I don't want a white back because, you know, you will turn the pages. So I'm just going to grab some inks and do some kind of random ink blending on here. So let me see. Let me grab, of course, my browns. I've got my vintage photo, and I am using oxides for this. I've got black soot, hickory smoke, ground espresso. And I think I want to use some gathered twigs, and I don't know what else I set up there. I think Rusty Hinge. And I'm just going to take my blending brush. Yep, that's Rusty Hinge. And I'm just going to just kind of randomly brush this in. No really rhyme or reason. I like the outcome of this, though. And what I do like to do is, with regard to rhyme or reason, is I do like to go light to dark. It probably doesn't matter. Looks like I need to re-ink my vintage photo here. I use, again, it's one of the ones I use a lot. I'm going to switch over to my Dome Foam blenders because my brush just feels stiff to me. And I don't clean my brushes, and I imagine I probably should because they do get stiff. But they're not, you know, they're not name brand or expensive brushes. And here I'm going in with the hickory smoke. So I think, you know, in the long run, you get what you pay for. Because they were soft when I first got them. So there's my little mini review on the Amazon brushes. Now I use them a lot. Now I'm going in here with the gathered twigs. And again, just kind of randomly, nothing, no real design in mind, nothing. Okay, happy with that. I'm going to swap out my little doodad here, thingamajig, and I'm going to go in with my ground espresso, the darkest color. And I'm just turning my page around and laying down color. I almost thought about not narrating this and just putting it to music, but I don't know of a track that'll play 30 minutes because this is almost a 30-minute video. And now I'm going to edge it with my walnut stain ink. So inks and oxides, even though they're the same color name, aren't the same kind of depth of color. So you've got a smoother, silkier kind of color with your oxides, and your inks are, you know, more of a dye look. So they're I don't want to say they're deeper, but they just seem to be a little bit darker. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm just edging the inside here of this guest book. And that's going to be the very middle of my little booklet here. So we've got those 2 pages, and I want to do another page. So if I do a whole nother page, and by the way, this is coffee dye paper from my stash. If I do a whole nother page, that's going to be 4 more pages I have to decorate. So what I am going to do is I'm going to play you some music while I'm decorating. right, so I went ahead and sewed that together offline, and I'm just tying it up here. And there we go. We've got our little guest book. If you like this video, I do appreciate you giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment in the comment section below. Here's kind of a walkthrough of all the pages, and I'm just going to kind of stick that picture of Poe right there. And that's it. We're done. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all your support. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks a bunch. Y'all have a good one.